the fact that we need to help produce local chicken or local poultry, which is of high value in terms of the protein aspect or the parameters when it comes to, chicken quality and everything. I believe that is very important for us as a nation to enjoy what will keep us, our health, for us to live longer compared to what there has been also used in Europe. We would try to prevent many things or many diseases even before we start curing them when it occurs, all because we don't really want to have the farmers risking their businesses or risking their farms with a lot of diseases. So therefore, things like when you see the orange perform, which is a quite good product, which is preventing many diseases like E. coli, cocci, and many other things, which we have introduced into Ghana for poultry farmers. And I believe that it is our responsibility as stakeholders of the industry to also do well, to give them all the maximum support of whatever they are doing, so that we can have a poultry industry or a country that will be thriving very well to the benefit of the inhabitants. In the whole country in such a way that the Voltarians will be doing much more of the piggery, as well as the the Western region people, to be precise, Enzima area. They are also more into the piggery, and I suppose there's a bit of Ashanti region, and then other places will be doing the poultry, and the north, of course, as we all know, the dairy aspect of it. So we are trying to open more branches in different places based on the prospect, based on what many of the people over there are into. And I believe that it will help for our nation or our Greek sector to thrive. Boris B is my name, doctor, and I'm the CEO of Boris B Group of Companies, produces us poultry feed and poultry the chicken aspect, and also the vice president of the Poultry Farmers Association National. My father has been the first person to have a poultry farm in the Jurassic district, and my mother has been also a maize supplier ever since I was born. Seriously, I've been with the old man during all these times, and I got to know how important poultry, play in the scheme of affairs when it comes to the economy and all of that. So it inspired me a lot when my mom, those times back in Germany, invited me back to Ghana to come and continue where my father left off. So that has been something, and also the fact that we need to help produce local chicken or local poultry, which is of high value in terms of the protein aspect or the parameters when it comes to, chicken quality and everything. I believe that is very important for us as a nation to enjoy what will keep us, our health, for us to live longer compared to what there has been also used in Europe. These and many other things has inspired me a lot, and that has taken me through the ranks to rise up to the position of a national vice president and also a CEO of Boris B Group, and to support Ghanaians and myself producing healthy, quality poultry feed for the cherished farmers, and also producing, chicken, BBC, as they call it, and as I call it, Boris B chicken, which is of high value, which is halal, and of course, organic chicken for Ghanaians. Well, when you talk about veterinary part of the whole business, we are very cautious or very careful when it comes to the veterinary aspect of it, because I believe that we would try to prevent many things or many diseases even before we start curing them when it occurs, all because we don't really want to have the farmers risking their businesses or risking their farms with a lot of diseases. So therefore, things like when you see the orange perform, which is a quite good product, which is preventing many diseases like E. coli, cocci, and many other things, which we have introduced into Ghana from orange mills in Holland. It's something that is really helping many farmers, and also bringing the pH level of our water down. We call it acidifier, organic acidifier, which actually help us, because normally the pH levels of our water here in Ghana is very high, and that doesn't make it palatable for the birds to drink. I am very careful for every single decision being taken when it comes to chicken rearing or poultry, because at the end of the day, those chicken that we are going to put out there might end up landing on our own plates in the restaurants. And so we would prefer that every single chicken on every single plate should be quality, and so therefore preventing lots of diseases. And also the biosecurity aspect of the poultry is very important. That is why I am mostly aligned with these veterinarians, because they know how to do it. So I always advise the poultry farmers not to be doing try and error or trying to inquire from their own poultry friends, but rather resorting to the veterinarians for, best, decisions when it comes to medications, when it comes to taking care of their farms, and when it comes to the biosecurity aspect. All these things, we can only get it from those learned people. But when we try to do it ourselves, it's not good. So in my company, for instance, just as you posed the question, we have the veterinarians who are taking care of it, and I'm only supervising and the right things are being done as a CEO. This challenge is, of course, the financing, as we all know, in the whole world, which is quite a challenge, for everybody. But today, we're also seeing how, the West African Food System Resilient Project is trying to help with the support of the World Bank, and the government is trying to, support poultry farmers. And I believe that it is our responsibility as stakeholders of the industry to also do well, to give them all the maximum support of whatever they are doing, so that we can have a poultry industry or a country that will be thriving very well to the benefit of the inhabitants. Already we are into many other places. We are into most of the regions in Ghana, and we are also looking forward to expand, on the stretch from Techiman, Wenchi, Bole, the president's hometown as well, and also to Wa and Hamale, all those places. Already we are in Doma, Sunyani, we are in Cape Coast with Takoradi, we are in Obuasi, we are in Tema. Formerly we are in the Volta region whole, to be precise. We've closed that place during the COVID time, but we intend to open that place again, because we want those people over there to try as much as possible, to also rear our pigs for us. We are segmenting the whole country in such a way that, the Voltarians will be doing much more of the piggery, as well as the, the Western region people, to be precise, and Zima area. They are also more into the piggery, and I suppose there's a bit of a Ashanti region. And then other places will be doing the poultry, and the north, of course, as we all know, the dairy aspect of it. So we are trying to open more branches in different places based on the prospect, based on what many of the people over there are into. And I believe that it will help for our nation or our agri sector to thrive. Well, in the company sustainability, I always say that a company can always survive and sustain itself very well, depending on the products that you have. When I talk about products, first, human resource, okay, and how best, of course, you can always educate them. I have had a chance, and I say it's a big opportunity for me to be, always having workshops and seminars and many other stuff with lots of people in Holland and US and many other places. And so therefore, when I come back, I need to also educate my people to carry it, further. Sometimes too, we have some of our technical men that we travel with in such important programs, and for them to also get themselves educated, and then of course come to advise, other managers in the company. So it should not be always channeled towards I, the CEO. No, we have we have a management, team. We have our technical team. We have our, accounts department, the audit team, and we have external auditors, and as well as we also even have production team all over the place who are independently working on their own. So we have the farm, aspect, which is the farm and hatchery, also working on their own with their extended outgrowers, which are poultry farmers that we do engage in production of chicken and other stuff. So when it comes to the raw materials and of course the warehousing and the feed aspect too, that's quite a bit different. And then we come to the production of the chicken, where we have people also producing chicken on their own with directions or directives from our technical team. These and many other things will make the company sustain for long, even when some of us are gone years to come. And they would, because they are working independently, and it makes it quite a nice picture. So to say, the whole value chain is working perfectly, and for that matter, the CEO sometimes might not be needed. And so, sustainable thing or sustainable operations or how we put things in place, I believe that from your statement or from your question, it's something that can sustain the company forever for the country. Well, technology, as we all know, for instance, that is a very, very nice one that you ask. For that one, I can say that, let me praise myself a little bit for that, because I've had an award for that as the best, the national best digital farmer, which is 2019. I think I took this award during the era of His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who actually presented the award. With his minister, Dr. Usefria Koto those times. So we are already using most of technology and digital stuff to work. Why? Because there are certain things that we do in our company which is quite a bit different from other people doing them. And so for that one, I think my award answers your question. So for that, I think technology is being put in place rightfully. That is very important. Product quality, that is why some of us do really have to go ourselves to look into what is happening in the foreign places. I go researching, especially when it comes to seminars or fairs and stuff. I do really want to know what is happening, what other people are using. Again, most big companies abroad, what they are doing over there. I want to know, and the results, the research aspect of it. It's something that we try to inquire before we even touch any product which we bring to Ghana. Because we just don't get up to just buy anything or import anything for our farmers to use. I keep saying, I prefer quality. I prefer everything that is of quality that will help for the average poultry farmer or the average farmer, to excel. So before I bring anything to Ghana, I see to it that it's of quality. Aside that, you be preparing chicken and feed. As I said, I may also enjoy the same thing which I expect other people to enjoy. So I don't think I'm going to prepare anything which is of disadvantage to my health, for people to consume, because I also want to consume the right thing. So I need to look at all those stuff that I can get quality raw materials to put for the production of quality feed and the quality chicken as well. And I believe that from the time we started all this business, we have not had much complaints. Of course, we wouldn't be perfect, but then for a scale from 1 to 10, I would say that we are around 9.5, and that should be enough to score me a pass. I will first of all congratulate the Minister of Agric who has just come, Honorable Eric Opoku, and I believe that we're going to work together by President Mr. George Dassa, who is the president of the Poultry Farmers Association National, and to whom I'm deputying, the vice president, as I formally mentioned. We will be working with you and the entire secretariat, and also the whole Poultry Association will be working with you. And we welcome you, hopefully to your seat. And we believe that whatever you're going to bring on board in terms of the government policies, in terms of what President Mahama wants to do, we as stakeholders are positioned with all infrastructure and everything that will support, the Ministry of Agri to move forward. We are positioned perfectly. And I believe that you have an animal production director, Mr. Bechi, who is very, very, very experienced in many things. And we are all going to work together for a very successful agricultural sector in Ghana. And also to the youth, you have to be prepared, because we believe that all the youth should be taken off from us as we're also growing up. And we are ready to also educate the youth in a way that they can also be very important in the agri sector and to be producing what Ghana needs. At the end of the day, it's about food security. And the food security aspect of it, if we are producing locally and we are producing and consuming locally, that is whereby we'll be helping our GDP and helping the economy to thrive. Because as we know, the economy has not been in the best of shape since COVID, and sometimes I always blame, external issues that has affected us very, very much, which has to do with the global recession and many other things, and so therefore has affected, certain governments. This time round, I believe that Mr. Mahama, President Mahama, with his minister, Eric Opoku, for the agri sector, I believe they are coming up with more and more, dynamics when it comes to agriculture and more technology. And as I said before, we are strategically positioned to support every course, and we make sure that it works better and that this administration works better as well. Thank you very much.